Back to episode 15. Taehyung glanced at Soo on television, reaching for another strawberry. He had personally ordered some strawberries and something to be brought up to his room. Remembering Jungkook's suggestion from the limo, it was a rather delicious combination. The phone rang right as Taehyung bit down onto the fruit, thinking his head to the side curiously. They set down his half-gone strawberry and chewed with what was in his mouth, springing up from the couch with a few quick strides. He was standing beside the phone and picking it up in mid-ring. Hello, thanks. Was half expecting to be treated by Jungkook again, but this is the hotel receptionist. My speaking with Kim. You are Kim. There seems to be someone in the lobby asking for you. Taehyung rushed bro when there was a sudden scuffling sound on the phone. Taehyung, get your butt down here. Minho's voice resonated in his ear, causing Taehyung's ear to widen. Minho, what are you doing here? You didn't contact me at all yesterday. I thought you might have gone and eloped with Mr. Creepo. Taehyung scoffed, then realized Minho was probably getting an outrageous amount of attention, talking that loud and probably dressed not so appropriately. Normally, Taehyung would laugh his heart out at the situation. However, he was sure it would cause trouble for the manager. Han was a pretty nice guy. I will be down in a second. Just stay still and keep your mouth shut for a second or two. Okay? Even as Taehyung was putting down the phone, he heard the muffled cry of outrage before it was cut off. Rolling his eyes, Taehyung quickly made his way down to the lobby. Sure enough, Minho was leaning against the front counter, showing off his legs in white shorts. Not as hot as himself, Taehyung thought, but definitely hot enough to get familiar stares from surrounding people. "You're alive?" Minho exclaimed dramatically, pushing himself. "Yes, I'm alive. Follow me," Taehyung responded, waving his hand as he turned around to go back to the way he had came. Minho shoved his hands in his pockets and whistled as he looked around. "You are so lucky, dude. Hey, this Mr. Creepy home. By the way, I would love to see this guy. He is not creepy." Minho, and no, he is at work right now. That's too bad. How is he? He's fine. You freaked him, didn't you? The question, narrowing his eyes. Maybe. Did my seats survive? Another question with the same narrowing eyes. Yes, your precious seats are fine. Wow. Taehyung let Minho walk to the room behind him. Amazing, Taehyung asked, smugly irritated and maybe a tad jealous. Minho shrugged nonchalantly. Kinda nice, Minho answered, walking around. "So, why didn't you call me yesterday? What are you, my guardian? Your friend, your roommate who knows you are trapped by a creepo and would like a regular update on whether or not you are still alive." Minho is unbelievable. You are not going to let this go, are you? Look, we didn't came back to hotel last night. I didn't think to call you, they said, frustrated. Where the heck did you go to stay the night when you have this to came back to? A private room at Diamond? He said with a grin. Minho shook his head in disbelief. "The sky is really spoiling you," Minho commented, coming to a halt at a pile of shopping bags on the floor. "These the clothes you brought?" "Yeah," Taehyung said, plopping himself down on the bed as Minho bent down and went roaming through the Taehyung had been too lazy to properly put anything up. Jungkook complained to him about ignoring, ironing, or something like that, but Taehyung wasn't paying much attention. All of this is really yours to keep? Minho asked, astonishment in his voice, then his face scratched up. Do you have some sort of weird hobbies now? Taehyung's eyes widen when Minho pulled out that little black dress. Give, give me that, Taehyung demanded, snatching the dress away from Minho's hand. Minho put his hand up in mock defeat. Hey, it's alright. I always knew you were leaning on familiar side. Taehyung's hair turned quickly, sitting on the bed. Do I have to show you how manly I am? Taehyung asked with a smirk, walking on his front of pants. Minho's eyes widened. No, put it away. I get it, Minho exclaimed, making Taehyung laugh. A knock on the door made Minho pause in his pleats and made Taehyung jump. Minho watched in silent surprise as Taehyung's expression turned fearful, and he quickly righted his pants. Housekeeping was the sound they heard muffled by the door. Soon after, Taehyung visibly relaxed and Minho's eyebrows crossed together. Jumpy much? Should I expect cops to come looking for you or something? I thought it might have been Jungkook. Taehyung said, trailing off with a frown on his mouth when he thought how silly that was. Jungkook wouldn't knock on the door. One door, the dark bonnet slipped off the bed, dashing over to answer the maid. Minho stayed sitting where he was, and now a knowing look on his features, so Taehyung had the ability to look that scared at that prospect of Mr. Kripo coming home to see Taehyung in his bedroom with another guy, his thing hanging out. Minho leaned against the bed, listening to Taehyung and the maid chat about cleaning the room until Taehyung walked back into the bedroom. I even have maids to clean for me, Taehyung said enthusiastically, throwing himself back on the bed. Minho snorted. You mean for him? Minho snorted, flinging an arm on the mattress and turning around to face Taehyung. He stayed until the other noticed. What? Minho contemplated for a moment before deciding not to bring up Mr. Kribo. No, nothing. Just imagine how ugly you would look in that dress. A rather large rush of air left Taehyung's mouth. Lips. What is with you people thinking I wouldn't look that hot in a dress? Taehyung exclaimed, tapping his fingers on his knee as if a sudden revelation had come to him. Taehyung's eyes Jungkook in a way that made Minho shrink back. Let's go shopping, Jungkook. Shopping? Minho asked in disbelief. Yeah, I need a few things and you are going to help me. They said, why would I do this? Because as you so lovingly put it before, you are my friend and roommate. That doesn't include shopping, buddy. Minho protested. Oh, come on, I will let you get whatever you want. They offer whatever I want. Minho asked in disbelief. Taehyung stretched to reach the nightstand, opening the top drawer and putting his hand inside. A credit card was retrieved and Taehyung held it up teasingly. turning it back and forth so the shiny surface reflects in a light. I have got all the money in the world right in my palm of hand, said Tae with a smiley face. Then I have got a deal. We have got a deal. The sound of a vacuum cleaner hit their ears. She can help too, Taehyung exclaimed, once again jumping off the bed and running out of the room. Minho was slightly confused, wondering what the heck they need a maid for. Hours later, Minho sank into the silk sheets of Jungkook's bed, completely exhausted. He again envied Taehyung as he lazily ran his fingers across the cool, sleek fabric. Taehyung and the maid, whose name they found out was Yoon, were in the bathroom chatting away. Minho looked up at the ceiling, thinking this whole thing was a stupid idea. The cell phone of his pocket vibrated, seeing the text from he. Minho smiled. Where are you? Minho sat up and texted a message back. Miss me already? He stared at the phone until it vibrated again. Idiot, you have been gone all day. Minho clenched. Text made you sound so calm. So Minho was sure the little tensed sent his face aflame. Minho stopped typing when the bathroom door opened. Yoon came out first, a hand over her smiling lips. When Taehyung came out after her, the cell phone went slack in Minho's hands. Who doesn't look hot in a dress now? Because Taehyung most definitely looked like a girl. No, a hottest girl. I don't believe it, Minho murmured, blinking his eyes to make sure he wasn't seeing things. You really pull this off, right? Taehyung asked, head held high as he vaulted over to a mirror. Jenny's little black dress hung on his form, that small diamond design. A chest that was obviously puffed around the coffee eyes was a layer of black eyeliner and mascara, not a lot, but enough to soften his eyes into a more feminine look, while his lips were covered with the same layer of peach gloss atop his head. A wig matching to his own hair color with strands of realistic hair reaching down to his shoulder blades. I'm sure Jungkook is going to love it. A mischievous grin graced his lips as they said this. Minho grimaced. The reasons behind that sentence for too much information for Minho. You seem so proud that you have lost all dignity as a man. Minho spoke with a huff before quickly turning to Yoon. Though you did a great job. Yoon beamed before looking at her watch, her blue eyes widening. I'm really behind, Yoon exclaimed, snatching her cleaning supplies for nearby table. Oh, but before I go, she spoke, unconsciously leaning forward as she turned towards Taehyung. All the female staff have bet something going on about you and Jian. Taehyung's ears pricked. Bet? They repeated the word. Yoon nodded vigorously. So let me settle the score. Are you and Jian lovers or Nins? Minho's eyes shot over to Taehyung. Very interesting. In this answer, he answered to. Taehyung glanced at the reflection in the mirror, looking pensive. Why? Taehyung began with a wooden grin. Lovers, of course. It's what Jungkook wanted me to be after all. Minho rolled his eyes while Yon softly squealed, excitingly mumbled to herself about being right, and then promptly left. Finally, noticing the time himself, Taehyung turned towards Minho. You need to go. By the way, Jungkook will be home any second, Taehyung said, making soothing motion with his hands. Yeah, I will leave you be with your lover, Minho replied, making imaginary quotes in the air with his fingers before snatching up his dropped cell phone. And I will let you go back to yours. Taehyung piped, making Minho flush. He is not my lover. Who said anything about he? Taehyung asked, grinning devilishly. See, I mentioned lover, and you automatically think of the boy you might have freaked. Minho did not appreciate the harassment at all. And you, Minho, snugly shoving his feet into his shoes by the door. Have you kissed? Kripa Taehyung hesitated in the slightest bit. The flavor of crabs. No, I haven't, Taehyung responded, nearly shoving Minho out of the door. And please, if I don't call you for one day, don't act like a scared mother. Freak you, Minho exclaimed before Taehyung shut the door, still feeling his hair stand and on the end by the utter irritation of that conversation. Minho made his way down the hallway, heading towards the elevator. Remembering his unfinished conversation, Minho pulled out his phone and continued his message. I am with him, though I am leaving now. Sorry for the late reply. Minho stood in front of the elevator, waiting patiently as the small numbers above the sliding doors light up. His cell phone buzzed. It's okay, so you are coming back home? The elevator ding. Yeah, I will be the. Oops. In the middle of text, Minho had not looked up when the elevator doors opened. Intended on walking in the elevator, he had bumped onto someone existing. Sorry, Minho replied, looking up from his phone. It's alright, the taller Burnett spoke, raising a pro at him. Minho inwardly sighed at his own state of dress and sidestepped the man to get in the elevator. Jungkook shook his head and continued down the hallway. Did Taehyung think he could invite his little buddies over the hotel room now? Jungkook opened the front door, taking a moment to slide off his shoes and sit down. His briefcase, a quick look around, assured him that had been no party inside, and for that he was revealed. Welcome home, Jungkook, they cheered. Thanks, Jungkook responded, focusing on hanging his coat up. Who was the guy I just ran into the hallway? Jungkook paused in his way inside, wide eyes flickering uncertainly. His mind tried his hardest to make sense of why Taehyung was standing in the doorway to the bathroom, leaning against the door frame, looking 100% contained in a dress with a wig. And was that makeup and a chest? Wait, was this really okay? Yeah, that provoking little smirk definitely belongs to Taehyung. Something wrong? Jungkook laughed. Taehyung asked, trying his best to look completely clueless. Jungkook didn't even blink as those lips moved, the glass shining in the light before his curious eyes began falling to the exposed neckline, the small rounded grapes along the chest, down the soft looking bony material of the dress to the soothing legs that were almost exposed. They had been in those devilish jeans shorts. Jungkook felt his cheek heat up. I can't believe he actually wore it, and went all out. Jungkook thought, slowly advancing. You are wearing a dress? Jungkook stared, quite obviously. Taehyung's eyebrows shot up and he quickly looked down. Oh, well, seems like I am. Taehyung spoke as if he would made a new discovery. Before that, a smirk slid back onto his lips and he looked up expectantly. So, am I still hot as heck? A clutch drifted from between Jungkook's lips, eyes dropping to the makeshift chest. Now Jungkook had a bird eye view. He was able to see the white clothes creating a mouth around Taehyung's chest. Are these? Jungkook started dripping a hand down and grabbed the cloth with two fingers. With a quick pull, he discovered that yes, that was socks. Hey, I was going to use newspapers, but Yoon said that would be too noisy. Yoon? Jungkook asked. Oh, she works here at the hotel. Help me get dressed up. Jungkook, you are deflaming mine. One by one, Jungkook was picking the socks out of the belt and tossing them to the floor. At least that was an improvement from Mr. It's an abomination to throw clothes on the floor. Taehyung thought, a small pout on his face when the last sock was plugged out. He pressed a hand against his studded decoration in the fear of dress sliding down. Jungkook intensely watching the man in front of him as Jungkook was being. With a contemplative expression, Jungkook slowly threaded his fingers through the wig. Taehyung was a tad frustrated at such a bland response. Even if Taehyung had gotten a adorable blush out of it, he still wasn't even sure if Jungkook liked it or not. Finally, a smile broke out of Jungkook's face. Alright, I admit you look hot in anything. Jungkook relented, making Taehyung beam. However, Jungkook brought his other hand to opposite side of Taehyung's head and with a careful pull, tugging the wig off underneath. Taehyung's true hair fell in messy waves. Making Jungkook smile widen as he used his hands to flutter the arrived stands. I think I like the original you more. Jungkook finished raising an eyebrow before tossing the wig on the nearby chair and turning to make his way to the kitchen. Taehyung's thumb worried and stood as he stared at Jungkook's retrieving back, a red hue spreading across his cheeks and nose. His lips quickened up into a smile. He desperately tried to hold back a greediness taking over his body. He liked that response a lot. However, that did not change the fact that he spent so much time making himself over and hardly receiving any credit for doing so. You don't like the girl me? That's too bad. Taehyung sighed, slumping back onto the door frame. Guess I will just out change out of this dress and then to Taehyung's delight, Jungkook stopped dead in his tracks. To be continued. Everyone, so in the next episode something spicy is cooking up. I hope you will love it. Okay, wait for the next episode and enjoy this episode. Also comment it down what you will feel about it. See you again. Bye bye.